What is up, guys? And today we're talking about the new specialty unit you can see on your screen here, Inheritor Amiki, the Ice Warrior. She's a 3-star, of course, because she is a specialty change unit. And let me just say right off the bat, Smilegate actually cooked with this one pretty well, I'd say. It looks like a very, very good unit. Looks like she's going to be very fun to use, and maybe we'll finally have a unit that is going to be powerful, that's free to play for PvP. And you're going to see right away, we're going to jump into her skills. Her base stats are still pretty low because she's a 3-star, but let's just look at her skills very quickly. So you're going to see that her S2 is going to grant her immortality and give her an attack buff for 2 turns to the caster. And you don't actually have to use this. What you can actually do is see that it will actually proc when it's available and when you receive lethal damage. So you pretty much don't have to use this. I don't know really why you'd use it. Maybe to just not attack in some situations if that's what you're looking for against like an evasion unit or a counterattacking unit. But you're going to see that it's super strong. It's basically like Kayron's S2, except that instead of evasion, you're actually getting this attack buff, which is going to be super important because you'll see that it's going to affect her damage greatly. And this is what the animation looks like if you activate it. Like I said, you don't want to do it unless like you don't want to proc a counterattack, or if you expect someone to not attack her, right? So I guess not only you would use this if you are, against a counterattacker, but I guess you would use this if you think that no one can actually proc it. And you want this to proc, or you want to use this ASAP, because you're going to see that her S3 is crazy busted now. So before it was just a single target attack, and it did a ton of damage, don't get me wrong, but it was nothing amazing. But now with the specialty change, it's going to splash AoE damage proportional to her attack. And because she actually has an attack buff on this S2, she's very self-sustainable. And you know, there's penetration of defense here, and you'll also see when the caster's health is 30% or less. So when this actually procs her S2 when she gets low, or if you use it, of course, you're going to see that it does incredible damage, and she'll get an extra turn as well. And you can see this is her S3. This is with the soul burn as well. You can use to actually consume souls. It will actually increase the splash damage. You can see this does 17k, 18k on the main target, which is crazy considering it's a knight and a tank, and it splashes and does a ton of damage. So total it did, if I can do math quickly in my head, like almost 40,000 damage. That is insane. Just better than Savior Aiden's S3, honestly, because it just does crazy damage. And you're going to see that the runes will make her even better. So she gets a ton of extra attack here. She gets some speed, which is very nice as well. Of course, this is just from spending your runes that you get from Spirit Altar. Also, you're going to see that when her skills get upgraded, this is going to be crazy, but you're going to see the first one increases damage by 10% of her S3. Nothing too crazy, honestly. A lot of units guess this, get like some kind of damage buff. But you're going to see that the guard rune, when using her S3, if the caster is immortal, you have a 100% chance to reset the cooldown of Desperate Resolve. So when you S3, you will reset your S2. So basically you have 2 immortalities, and that also means that you'll get 2 of these crazy splash damages from her S3, right? We saw that this is just one of them, and basically you can do it pretty much back to back, which is incredible if it procs back to back. Of course, you can always just use your S2 as well, and if it doesn't get, stripped off, she's just going to do crazy damage and wipe teams out by herself. Now, of course, she's very reliant on this immortality, so she gets kind of screwed over by stuff such as, silences, and also, just dispels, so you have to be careful about that. But besides that, she's going to be a crazy unit with these changes and just do a ton of damage. Also, you're going to see when you use your Desperate Resolve that you'll actually dispel all debuffs from the caster before the effect. So even if you have Unbuffable, you can cleanse yourself. So the only really thing that's going to counter her is like stuns and also stuff such as, silences. But you also have to keep in mind, right, if you try to stun her and you actually proc her S2, she will automatically dispel herself. I do believe that's how it works. Maybe it doesn't dispel, but what I assume is that she'll dispel herself from stuns and silences if you actually proc her S2 on her and not actually have her use it on herself. So there's a lot of things going on. You'll also see that when you use your S2, you also get CR push, which makes it so that she doesn't get punished too hard for using her S2. And you'll also see, it's just going to be a very powerful ability. Next, we have her S1, and this is like the craziest part of her kit. Not only does she have like that crazy damage and stuff like that, she also has a defense penetration in her S1. And when you attack with your S1 when you're less than 30% health, you'll actually attack again. And you're also going to have a provoke on your S1. And this is crazy because you can force units to actually proc her S2 immortality. And we all know what that means, right? You're just going to do a ton of damage with your immortality and attack buff into your S3. It's just a pretty hard hitting ability, right? Nothing too crazy, but you can see total of 10k when you're low, which is pretty insane as well. And you're also going to see on top of that, she gets this Unity rune. So I don't understand this, but this looks crazy. She's going to get 15% chance to counterattack when an ally's attacks, so pretty much a built-in Elbrus, which is going to make her super, super strong. Now she is a warrior, so you can't actually stack the Elbrus on her, right? But what you can actually do, if I can actually pause it here so you guys can see more clearly, what you can actually do is put her on just another damage artifact. Like Draco Plate is probably fine. Maybe not Draco Plate, but something that just ramps her damage a lot. There's probably one I'm missing out on that will be very good on her, but just want any damage that you can possibly get on her, and she'll be very easy to build because you just build her on pretty much 0 resistances, 0 bulk, and just full attack. All you want is attack on her, right? Because she can't crit, so very powerful unit. She'll be available, let's see when Smilegate says, 26th. I think that's today. It might be tomorrow, or it might have been yesterday. But it's going to be very, very soon regardless if it's not already out. And I'm very excited for her. And I'm curious what you guys think about her, so let me know in the comments down below. But I think she's going to be an amazing, incredible unit for free-to-play players. Might not be as strong as I'm saying, but I do think she'll be very strong. But the best part is that she is free-to-play. You just have to pull her eventually as a 3-star unit from any banner or any summon. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of her, and I'll see you guys next video.